Hello, and this is just some test footage I took testing out Killing Floor 2. It essentially is just me running around a little bit with the demolitionist class on Paris is Burning. I was testing out my recording software to see how it performed and such, and I found there's actually some little problems with it I want to talk about in the disclaimer. It does cause a little bit of graphical glitches or graphical flicker at times as well on certain things. Like you may see here when this loads up there, the main character, glitches out a little bit there. I think that is partly caused to the OBS, the Open Broadcasting software that I use. It's free, but it's also kind of not really that great, but it's offsets by being readily available and somewhat easy to use. You also may see there's somewhat, because also it chows memory essentially. Usually this game runs flat out easily at 60, constant 60 frames per second, but it somewhat drops a little bit now and then to about 40 or 30, like it does in Payday essentially. Payday 2, my frame rate drops down to about between 40 to 30 when I use OBS. And the other thing I've noticed, is because you can see there's a gore system, but this guy, when I kill him, there's no blood or guts or gore, much other than a couple of jibs there. There is on him, and this guy doesn't have either. Yeah, it is partially due, I believe, to OBS causing a bit of lack of memory. And so that's one of the things I do see drop on this game. It does somewhat keep a constant frame rate, but I guess the offset of that is not having is limiting the amount of gore and stuff that can be generated from kills. You will, however, see some of my other videos though. It does somewhat get negated. And this is quite a cool kill, but it does get negated a little bit in the other videos, but I'm not sure. It seems to be inconsistent somewhat. In the second one here, they actually does test a bit, and there's a nice scene where some dynamite goes off and there's a lot of particle effects. You'll also see some graphical, like I said, graphical flicker, some inconsistencies and stuff like that. But that's really is the recording software I'm using. When I'm not running it, it's a constant smooth 60 or even higher frames per second, and it generates tons and tons of gore per enemy I kill and stuff like that. The only other time I've seen really problematic gameplay or dropping frame rate and stuff was I joined a beta test server that was modded to have like 32 players in, and that got crazy laggy when there was a lot of people in one place. I can see why now why Tripwire only have 6 players in a game. Yeah, you can see there's pretty good blood effects and gore there, and I go over investigate that other smoking thing and it explodes. There's a good amount of gore, but otherwise it is smooth, and it's just the recording software. Okay, so that disclaimer out the way, I will see you in the actual proper videos. Okay, bye.
Perfect. Pod is open again. Let's get you restocked. Glad you made it back. Don't bleed on any